Hello, welcome to Executive Tune-Up. I'm Joe Kwan, the Connection Counselor. Now, it's been a rough couple years with COVID and the pandemic. And for those of us who are fortunate enough to continue to be able to work, work can be pretty trying, right? And even under the best of the times, pre-pandemic, there are times where work can just be so tiring and so difficult. Now, if you had a quality, if you had an ability that made the work much easier, made people want to cooperate with you, join with you, and do the things that you are trying to accomplish, would you want to get more of that? If so, stay tuned. We're going to find out how to get more of that this year. All right, so today we're going to talk about the gift of charisma. If you hadn't guessed, the quality that I was talking about that makes work easier for you is charisma. Now, there's a couple of problems with charisma, and the first problem is no one can really seem to explain what it is, right? So that makes it difficult. Like you could ask someone, well, you're so charismatic, how do I get more charisma? And you're going to get a million different answers, and generally not much input that's really going to help you specifically get more charisma. It may be something that works for them, but it may not exactly work for you. So that's a difficulty. The second problem is actually generating it, right? So let's say you even do understand what it is. How do you actually generate it in real time? What is the actual skill? What do you need to develop to generate more charisma? Now, the good news is it's not any sort of additional technical skill. You don't need an algorithm or a list of hacks or additional skills, right? It's not about the way you dress. It's not about changing the way you speak to make you more charismatic. So today I'm going to reveal my definition of charisma, which will actually help you be more charismatic in any moment and certainly in all the moments that matter. So the way I defined charisma is the ability to sense and ultimately deliver exactly what is most needed from an emotional perspective in a given moment. Again, sense and ultimately deliver exactly what is most needed from an emotional perspective in a given moment. So let's break that down. And let's break that down and talk about what that really means, right? So first of all, charisma is primarily an emotional thing, right? It's not about a material thing, giving some person a song that they want. It's about the song that you sing, making them feel better when they need to feel better, right? See the difference? It's about the emotion that person needs specifically in that moment. So another detail or nuance is it's specific to that person and that interaction between you and that person, right? So if there's 5 people in the room, the good news is you can be charismatic to all of them, right? The bad news is one thing that you do may not be charismatic to all of them, right? Each of them may need something differently from an emotional perspective, right? You've been in a room where some people are in a great mood and some people are in a horrible mood. So taking the same approach to each person is not necessarily going to yield you the same result. So I just do that to illustrate that it's really kind of like if you think of almost like a laser beam or an energy beam going between your heart and their heart. That's where the charisma happens, in that flow of energy and that connection you create. Are you doing nothing at all with that? Or are you actually sensing, okay, this person right now is feeling insecure, or this person is feeling great, right? And they want people to continue that great feeling. They don't want people to drag them down and be a party pooper, because that would not be charismatic in that particular instance. So first of all, it's about sensing where that person is emotionally and what they need more of in the given moment. Now, that's only half the battle, right? So the definition is sense and deliver. So the other thing that's required to be charismatic in a given situation is to be able to deliver what they need in a given situation. So an example I often teach is, imagine you go to a party with a friend, and the party is just so boring, right? And you look up and you look around and you're like, man, this party is boring. Like, it is really, really lame in here. So what part of the charisma definition have you done at this point? Just the first half, right? You've sensed what's needed. Other people in the party probably feel the same way. They're like, oh, this is so boring. I could have just stayed at home and watched Netflix. Like, why did I come out and, bother to come to this party and deal with the parking and the extra cost and get dressed up when it's just going to be so not fun, right? So what needs to be delivered, what a charismatic person would deliver, would be fun. Now, there's plenty of ways to deliver fun. And this is what I love most about this definition. It's not just one thing. Right? You don't need to become a master joke teller to make people have fun and laugh, because maybe you don't have that good of a joke telling manner yet. You could sing. You could just have great conversation. Maybe you're a really good DJ or have a great playlist, and you could go talk to the DJ and get better music on. You could, create a game or some scenario where you get everyone interacting, create introductions. It really doesn't matter the specific thing. And that's what I love about this definition. It's very flexible. You have some sort of ability to deliver that's more natural and strong to you. And if you tap into that, right, and deliver the right thing at the right moment to give people what they need emotionally in that perspective, that's what charisma is about. It's not about being tall, better looking, or having a title, which can help initially, but that's not actual charisma. That's sort of the markings of charisma. People use it as a shortcut to think, well, this person must be charismatic because they have a great title, or they're tall, or they're good looking, right? That's a shortcut our brains use, but it's not actually generating, you're not actually generating charisma in a sense, right? Those are just sort of lucky or, occurrences that you happen to have, but it's not actually being generated from you. Without any of that, anyone can generate charisma by sensing and delivering exactly what is needed from an emotional perspective in a given moment to the person. And remember that sort of band or that beam between your heart and their heart in a given moment. And there's a reason why I call this the gift of charisma, right? What is more enjoyable and what resonates with you more emotionally than someone who can sense what you need emotionally and help you get it, right? Who doesn't love a person who every time they're around them, you leave feeling better, or you leave feeling stronger, or you leave feeling more at peace? That is what charisma is, not any of the other sort of pop culture or things that people will say, in terms of your communication. All of that has nothing to do with it except for how it helps deliver what people need emotionally in a given moment. Well, thanks for listening to Executive Tune-Up. My name is Joe Kwan, the Connection Counselor. Remember, to do your best, you have to be at your best. So tune in to Tune Up.